Hi there, and welcome to the little apartment on the prairie. Sorry the light's bad, it's evening and I have bad light in here at night. I thought I'd do a video. I did a few videos kind of back at the beginning of the pandemic. I don't know, February, March, somewhere around in there, talking about kind of how to prepare, what things to store in advance, what to have on hand. And I did one on kind of last minute prepping and one on prepping on a limited budget. And I thought I'd do a video where I'd talk about kind of what to prep next. If you have those very basic things, you've got your canned food, your beans and rice, flashlight, batteries, some bottled water, I don't know, any medications that you need regularly, maybe some over-counter medications. You want to know what to get next. And again, I'm not recommending anything that's hideously expensive because I don't have a lot of money. And, if you've got a lot of money, there are certainly all kinds of great things you could invest in. But I'm going to give you some options that still aren't real expensive. One of the first things I'd recommend is getting some sort of a water filter so that if you don't have water for any reason, and I don't just mean because of the pandemic, I mean it's hurricane season. Last spring we had a lot of flooding here in Nebraska. Whiskers, don't chew on that. She wants to chew on I've got something I want to show you in a minute, and she wants to chew on it while I'm waiting. Okay, so anyway, there was a lot of flooding, and some places didn't have water for several days or even longer in some cases. So a water filter is a great thing to have in case you've got to drink out of a lake or a stream or something. And, if you got lots of money, you can get something nice like a Berkey, which is great. I wish I could afford one. I Whiskers haven't been able to yet. But there are two options that are a lot more affordable. One is you can get, it's like a water bottle, like you take to the park or on a bike ride or to the gym or whatever. Except it's got a filter in it so you can fill it up at a creek or a lake. If you're like filling it up from someplace with muddy water or something, you might need to strain any kind of debris or anything out of the water. But then the filter will take out a lot of the bacteria or other stuff in the water that would make you sick. So that's one option, and I bought one, I want to say it was like between $20 and $25 on Amazon. Then the other option, which I wanted to show you, and Whiskers is not allowed to chew on, is called a life straw. And it is like it sounds, it's a straw. You can put the end of it down in the stream or whatever you need to drink out of, and drink right through it. It's got like a screen on the end. You probably can't see it in the Whiskers. It's got like a little screen on the end, so it will, you won't suck up any little rocks or chunks of mud, and then it just filters your water for you and to make it safe to drink. So those are, and I forget how much this is, maybe $25 too. So those are really affordable options. Something else I would prep is backups of anything that's pretty essential. Have an extra can opener, a manual can opener. Those kind of break easily, and all your canned food's not going to do you any good if you can't open the cans. Have an extra flashlight. Flashlights can break, or they can get lost, or whatever, and if you don't have one, you're going to be sorry. Anything else you have that you feel like is really essential, get a backup if you can. Another thing I'd recommend is a weather radio, and I've done a couple videos where I've talked about mine, but it's like an emergency weather radio, and it runs on batteries, but you can also, it has a little solar panel, you can charge it. And it's also got a flashlight on it, so that's a great option. Whiskers, if you don't get your claws out of me, I'm going to give you the boot. So another thing I would prep if you can is extra clothing. All right, Whiskers, get. Man, she's bugging me tonight. So I get extra clothing. If you don't have a backup pair of shoes, or you know, if you're like me and you often don't have a lot of clothes, like you've got 2 pair of blue jeans and that's all you wear all the time, get a backup pair of jeans, or get, you know, a backup pair of shoes or whatever if you can. Something else that I've just purchased is a fire extinguisher. Okay, everybody really should have one anyway, right? And you might even get a slight discount on your homeowners or your renter's insurance if you have one. I don't know about homeowners insurance. Renter's insurance, they ask about that. Whiskers, quit. Would you get? Go away. But anyway, you can get a small fire extinguisher like you could keep in your kitchen. Again, you're looking at like spending like, I don't know, $30 maybe on it, maybe a little bit less even. And especially in an emergency, if there's a disaster or something, it may take a while for a fire department to respond. And I live in an apartment. I mean, if one of my neighbors like fell asleep smoking or something, they could burn the whole place down. I'm not saying I'm putting out a whole apartment fire with my little kitchen fire extinguisher, but you know, it's a good thing to have on hand. Another thing that I think is great are those Mylar emergency blankets. Those are those blankets that look like aluminum foil. They're not like comfy and cozy, but they will keep you warm. They like reflect heat, and they will be great for an emergency and when you need to stay really warm. Okay, so those are surprisingly cheap. You can get a package of 4 of them on Amazon right now for under $10. And I bought a package of 4. I think they're a little more when I bought them. It's been a little while. But like I keep one in my car because I live where it gets really cold in the winter. And if my car breaks down in the snow, you know, that would be great. Like everybody keeps blankets in their car where I live because we have bad winters and a lot of snow and kind of a rural area. But anyway, those would be great. Whiskers, knock it off. Okay, so I got 2 more things. This cat is driving me crazy. Heavy duty trash bags. Because you can use them not only for trash, but you can use them in like an emergency situation for all kinds of things. Got a broken window? Tape a couple plastic trash bags over the window till you can get it repaired. Toilet not working in an emergency? Put the trash bag in a bucket, you know, tie it up, you know, you get the idea. You can use that plastic for all kinds of things. You want the really heavy duty like contractor bags, not the like the cheap dollar store version or even your ordinary like hefty bag, but you want the heavy duty ones. In a flood, you can wrap up things that you need to try to keep dry. You know, they're good for just all kinds of things. And the last thing is duct tape. Which you can use to tape your heavy-duty trash bags over your broken window. But no, I mean, you can use duct tape to kind of secure or tape together all kinds of things in an emergency, especially when you can't get things fixed in a timely manner, you know, so it's cheap and kind of a multi-purpose thing to have around. So I just wanted to kind of share these ideas with you. You let me know what sort of things you think are important to have on hand if you're prepping to deal with any kind of disasters. If you've got any ideas that I've left off, please let me know. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Everybody take care, stay safe, stay well.